James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis. Hi, my name is Alpacapin. This is Call of Cthulhu Part 3. Last time we left off, the sheriff just drove us up here. He drove us up to the estate, and there was something watching us in the cutscene. Not sure what. Don't want to find out either. It's probably the groundskeeper. The fella who was a little touched, but safe nonetheless. He's taking his sweet time walking. I thought the sun was setting. This must be their graves.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Such a strange final resting place.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Wait, wasn't there one more?
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial.
Poor kid.
Ranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting. I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Still, this house doesn't seem very homey. I wonder who left this lantern here. Is he gonna come with me to... No, he said go on ahead, right? We will do just that. We didn't need you anyways. But if Silas attacks us... let's hope he doesn't. It's a pretty big place. Well, yeah. It's gotta be a big place. The castle.
I'll have to find another entrance.
This is breaking and entering. How would Silas feel if he found someone that he didn't know inside of this house? I don't think he'd be too pleased.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Oh, a timed event. I work for Stephen Webster. Okay.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
Shouldn't really need this key. What key? You talk about this key as if we have it. Let's try this.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
Type of
If there's
vermin.
nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
He gave that key away without much protest. Maybe we're just too charismatic. I'm gonna take a look what's down here. Would have been bad if he pushed us over that thing, huh?
This gate is locked.
Okay. There's gotta be something here. Games love to hide things. Oh, this must be his house. You won't mind if I take a peek inside?
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
Damn it.
Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Ooh. Oh.
Pierce, shall we enter?
Took you long enough to come here. I could have gotten my head chopped
Finish
off.
your fun and games with Silas. We can perhaps inspect the mansion.
Wait, you saw that?
You're right. Let's go.
You bastard.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place.
Okay.
Who left this light on?
The vermin. It must be. Wait, you're not gonna turn it off? What about the electricity?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Oh. Oh yeah. My eyes. Okay. Be the Hawkins. Be the Hawkins. Damn it all. I just made a circle.
What kind of meat is this?
I don't know. The lines don't really... There's no bone. What kind of meat is this? It kind of looks like squid? No clue.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Oh, okay. What's he so angry about? Oh, I didn't see that.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Oh, that's why Papa was angry. It's just a plate, man. I'm sure you have so many others. Unless he did it intentionally. Smack his butt.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched?
They were having a marital
Something
dispute.
happened at this table. An argument?
I never understood why have a table so grand like this. I mean, you can entertain a lot of guests, but it just distances yourself from the people you're supposed to be closest to.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Okay. Lead the way, officer. I don't have all day. Come on. It's a big, creepy house.
Let's see if
Silas
I can
managed
find
to bring
something
the
the
fire
cops
under
missed.
control. It was
Oh.
already too late for the Hawkins.
Let's go. Detective pants on. What are you?
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
So a man close to your own heart.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Black magics.
They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Oh. I thought you were over there. Oh my god, there's two of you. Why y'all fighting?
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
This was more than a dispute, Detective. This was a tussle. A tussle like anything, like nothing you've ever seen before.
Did someone escape the fire?
Ooh.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
He needed to stop, drop, and roll. Everybody knows that. You know, the cops missed quite a bit.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
The clues don't match.
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
I shall enlighten you. Fire wasn't an accident. It was caused by the lamp. They probably knew that. The time of the fire doesn't match. I don't actually know that. Someone escaped the fire. The bodies were displaced. Someone had too much to drink. They probably know this too. They probably saw all the alcohol. Let's go with this. Someone escaped.
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, let's go with this. Someone had too much to drink.
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Charles sure liked their drink.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
Okay. Okay. That's reasonable. Let's talk about the time.
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
You don't find that suspicious?
Honestly, you don't find that suspicious?
That's troubling, I have to admit. But I trust Silas. And Dr. Fuller is an authoritative figure. The mainland folks are damned envious that he's here with us. A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. I see no reason to doubt his word.
So be it. Let's move on.
The bodies were displaced.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So, well...
Small town. Fire wasn't an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
Couple had a fight. This is arson. This is a Crime of passion. Well, they certainly have a fight. We can't really tell if, this was arson.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
What's this? How do you know the answer's behind this door? What?
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Okay. Wouldn't want to get you in trouble. I'll investigate the manor. Am I supposed to go with him? Open.
This door is locked.
Jet. Oh. Oh, okay. Just thunder. Why'd it get darker, though? Do I follow you? I don't. Alright. Goodbye. Oh, never mind. It's blocked. I guess I have to follow you. Oh, what's this?
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Do you know that the Hawkins were among the wealthiest families on the island?
Oh, yeah. Certainly seems like it. That lightning is creepy. Oh, that's a pretty small piano.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Copy of the novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville. A classic, especially for a family of ship owners.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
You just gonna take the book? It's not yours.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Yeah. And why are all the lamps on? That's just creepy, man. Well, the human body, a comparative analysis. A precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. What? Well, it's given us experience, so I'm not really complaining. Check up the stairs. This is a... How many books do you have here? Good golly. And this is what, a... Oh. Lighter got hot.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
I don't recognize it. What is that supposed to be, detective?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Ooh, a rare edition of Jules Verne's novel. Damn, you just taking books left and right. What was that? I heard something. Heard something ominous and foreboding.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Huh. Mythology is always interesting.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton. Was this about her paintings? Oh, I saw a skull. Is that just me? Is lightning strikes. They're playing tricks on my mind, man. What happened to this door? Ooh, there's claw marks.
Locked.
Hello?
The boys' room.
This is creepy. It's so dark in here. I don't like it. I like bright lights. How can you see?
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Oh yeah. All the soldiers are faced outwards. Good eye, detective. Good eye.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
How sweet.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
A lot of things.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
These are the boys' drawings.
Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Maybe his mother's work. Okay, I don't think there's anything more in that room for us. Oh. I knew I saw something. The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed. Do you see it? Nope.
What will her room reveal about her?
Okay, so that would be her room on our left. Let's take a look over here.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbiturates. They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that, I know something. Those must be particularly strong, then. I don't like these sounds. Wait, I thought I have the key. Okay.
Perfect.
Whoa. Oh. Nope. This is some cult shit. Sarah Hawkins. What kind of dark magic did you dabble into?
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Those are quite hefty.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Por qué? That is the question. Oh.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Charles Hawkins scribbled a kind word to his wife. Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us. What neat script. I want to write like that.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last one, so somber and strange, moving as no other painting have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of most of these recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend who is the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Quite a lot to be asking for such expensive
Was Sarah
paintings.
Hawkins interested in the occult?
Well, what's
What
it
was she
look
trying
like?
to achieve?
Summon the demon. Summon... I don't know. Nothing good.
Bradley? Is that you?
That door is open. There's claw marks here, there's claw marks there. That means we go, right?
Is anyone there?
You gonna die. Oh my. Why? Detective. That is you? Oh my. Chase after him.
You! Stop!
You're running awfully slow trying to catch somebody. Where'd you go?
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Then you better go.
I'll cover you.
Oh. If I can switch from light sources.
This door
then...
was closed earlier.
History of the medicine in the XV, so 15, that's 18th century. The collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. Okay. What was I talking about earlier? Where did he go?
Where did he go?
These doors were all closed earlier. You know, I just told you there was someone in the building. You're awfully, nonchalant about it all.
Seems like this came from a log.
This is kinda long. Alright. What the heck? I'll read it. Doing this for you. Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. I prefer it when the whales disappeared without a trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories. So it's talking about the miraculous find.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
I don't see any way out.
You silly thing. Look at this.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Nothing in there.
It looks like an old seaway map.
Someone has added coordinates to this old sea map. They make up a journey.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Is this oil? Awesome. Oh.
Why are these letters here, and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings?
These letters have been opened, but invisibly have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together by a carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? Ooh, secret love letters of another life.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Alright, there must be something to move this bookcase. It's the lamp. It's always the lamp. It's not the lamp.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Does it have something to do with the map? Okay, let's take a look. Taking a look at sanity, mental trauma, nightmares. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War where he took part in the Meuse Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquors to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. PTSD. It's a different beast. Stephen Webster, age 63, businessman. A wealthy businessman well respected in the Boston area, Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusal nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins, age 41, occupation shipowner. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of a shipowner family. He used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Why? Sarah Hawkins. Oh damn. You guys are 8 years apart. Age 33, occupation painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known for her party-going, chooses to follow her husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. Simon Hawkins, age 11, occupation schoolboy. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Roy Mitchell, age 55, occupation owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whale and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows, more than anyone, the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. James Fitzroy, age 45. You look at least 60. I don't... Okay. Age 45, occupation captain. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the Harbor Master's office, where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him, the bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. Cat, age 24, occupation gang boss. Boss of a gang of bootleggers which seem to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. Oh, so it is where we were right. It was illegal goods. She's using... this is taking place during the Prohibition era, and she's selling whiskey. Officer Bradley, age 37, occupation police officer. This hick likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth in the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me investigate. Silas Winchester, age 64. See, compare this man. This man looks like he's 40. This man does not. Age 64, occupation caretaker of the Hawkins property. The old caretaker of the Hawkins family, Silas Winchester, still watches over the family graveyard and the burned-out mansion. Devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised, he also has great respect for the memory of Sarah Hawkins and their child Simon. His long months of solitude in the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas still puts flowers on the graves of Charles, Sarah, and Simon. Not so much Simon, or Charles. Let's look at clues. This was originally why we were here in the first place. Oh boy, there's so many. Are we really gonna read through all of these? I don't know. I'm not going to, but if you would like to know, then you can tell me in the comments. I'll read it next episode, or I don't know, sometime. But this is quite a bit. Oh wait, a lot of these we've already seen before. Yeah, like these notes.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
In this photograph, Charles Hawkins and Captain Fitzroy are posing with a third man. They seem close. Who's that baldy?
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
Huh.
It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
A map of Darkwater hand-drawn by Charles Hawkins. Some places have been circled. You know, for a navigator and a sailor, this is, probably not your finest work, huh, Charles?
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Damn it, Bradley, you have to think in the bigger scheme of things. You have to go looking for treasure. Treasure will not look for you.
Looks like the doesn't work. I must have missed something. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
North America, it's right on the coast of Boston, actually. Now, if I know my geography, which I don't...
Doesn't work.
Fool. I already know that. I don't know, maybe we'll just try everything.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Looks like it worked.
Oh yeah, I totally knew what I was doing.
Well done, Pierce.
Thank you. What could be behind here? Ooh, a secret tunnel. Oh, interesting. You know, Bradley, shouldn't you go first? You're the one with the gun, right?
Secret passage. Under the manor. It's like a detective novel.
Wouldn't you know? You're starring in one. Alright, this is where this episode's gonna stop. Thanks for watching. See ya.